This portion of the news is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
About 42% of the general U.S. adult population has low vitamin D levels. That number is even higher among Hispanics and African Americans. Besides promoting calcium absorption and bone health, vitamin D may also affect the brain and cognitive function. A study looked at the association between baseline vitamin D levels and the rate of cognitive decline in a group of ethnically diverse older adults.
This health tip is brought to you by
Desert View Hospital and Mountain Valley Physicians Group. Don't put your health on hold. We have time for you. Call us to schedule your appointment. 775-751-7100.
Sunlight and diet are the two main sources of vitamin D. Many people also take vitamin D supplements. However, having a low vitamin D level is still very common.
As the population ages, the fastest growing segment are the old and the oldest of old. And with that is an increase in the risk of cognitive dysfunction and outright Alzheimer's disease and dementia.
Dr. Joshua Miller from Rutgers University, along with colleagues from the University of California, Davis, studied 382 older adults with an average age of 75. 61% were women, 41% white, about 30% African American, and 25% Hispanic.
Some of the subjects had outright dementia, some had mild cognitive impairment, and some had what we would call normal cognitive functioning.
Vitamin D levels and cognitive function were measured at baseline. Cognitive function was also followed in 318 of the participants for an average of 5 years.
About 60% of the group, regardless of their race or ethnicity, was low in vitamin D. Those who had dementia also had lower vitamin D status than those who had mild cognitive impairment or who had normal cognitive functioning.
Those low in vitamin D declined more in short-term memory, known as episodic memory, as well as more complex cognitive tasks, known as executive function.
They were declining about 2.5 times faster than those who had adequate vitamin D.
Catherine Dolph, The JAMA Report.
Now, the study is observational. Future studies are needed to determine whether vitamin D supplements can slow cognitive decline.
Oregon occupation protest leaders Ahmaud and Ryan Bundy were arrested Tuesday in a highway traffic stop that ended in gunfire and left an anti-government rancher dead. 5 others were also detained. Law enforcement authorities intercepted the group as it headed to a community meeting north of the Malheur National Wildlife Refuge, where they began a sit-on on January 2nd. Officials had been waiting for an opportunity to arrest the group's leadership away from the refuge to minimize the potential for violence. 9 activists were traveling in 2 vehicles 45 miles outside the refuge when the FBI and Oregon State Police pulled them over. Some tried to get away, according to police. Then there was gunfire. An Arizona rancher was killed in the shooting. Ryan Bundy was injured. It's not clear who fired the shots.
A fundraiser spaghetti dinner will be held at the Elks Lodge Friday night.
We're supporting and promoting Safe Haven.
What is Safe Haven?
Which is a function of the state of Nevada's Elks. They help and take care of neglected and abused children here in this state. And they do good work. The Elks Lodge has supported Safe Haven for a long time. And anyway, they're putting on a dinner this Friday night between the hours of 5 and 7. It's a spaghetti dinner, and it's donations only up at the Elks Lodge, and the public is invited. The address is 2220 East Basin, which is up just past the Department of Motor Vehicles. And there's a phone number, 751-2796, if they'd like to call for information.
If they can't make the spaghetti dinner, can they still donate?
You bet. Just stop by the lodge anytime and make a donation.
Bring the whole family?
Sure. Why not?
All right. So this Friday night, once again, what time?
Between the hours of 5 and 7, Friday night, 29th of January. And it's, like I said, a spaghetti dinner. So bring the family, come on up, and make a contribution to Safe Haven.
Mixed martial arts fighter Brandon Snyder took home a second Tough Enough title. We caught up with the champ during his victory party at the Bounty Hunter Saloon.
It's a victory party for Brandon's fight, defending his light heavyweight championship in Vegas.
You kind of have been supporting Brandon for a while, haven't you?
Oh yeah, we all support Brandon. We're proud of him, watching him come up and work hard, you know, and support Pahrump, you know, positive.
Tough Enough Amateur Fighting, which is MMA, mixed martial arts, is right below UFC, the World Series of Fighting, and all those good organizations.
You've won this title before, right?
Yes, I defended it.
When did you last win?
I think it was September 9th was the last time I won.
And then who was your opponent this time?
This time it was Lee Cordova from Vegas.
How often is these fights?
They've been going every month.
And then I know you're training all the time. What's coming up next for you?
I don't know. We've been talking a lot about the June fight coming up because that's a guaranteed pro contract when you win your fight. So, and that's with the organization Pancreas. So they're from Tokyo, Japan. So it's endless. I just gotta put my head to it and just come out with the win.
So you're not training here locally because the gym that you were training at closed. Tell me about that.
Yeah, Mix It Up Academy closed a little late last year, and then I've been going to Vegas a lot with Fight Capital.
So you're having to drive in there. Are you still looking for sponsors? Because I know that a lot of people here have been kind of supporting you and making sure to give you all the sponsors that you can possibly handle.
Well, I'm always looking for sponsors. It helps out a lot. It definitely helps out when I'm working all the time and I gotta go to Vegas every day and pay for supplements, pay for training.
It's expensive.
Oh yes, it's more expensive than people think.
So you're here at the Bounty Hunter. You're kind of having a victory party. They've been supporting you too, huh?
Well, they've been supporting me nonstop, and they've been having parties here the whole time, and we've just been having a great time, and they've supported me fully, and I couldn't appreciate anyone more. Like all my sponsors have been supportive. I think about 50 sponsors, and like 90% of them are Pahrump. So I mean, I got Big Dit's Pizzeria coming today with two 24-inch pizzas. So they've been sponsoring. They've been helping me out so much too, and it's just endless. I mean, everybody's my coaches. Brian Thalnar, he drives me to Vegas on his time off and all that, and he puts extra time in with me. So and then crew Jonathan Ballgame from Vegas, he upped my level to the next level, which it helped out so much in this last fight.
So can you tell me any details about the fight?
He got me first in the first round pretty good, woke me up, and then after that I just had to handle business. So.
All right, congrats to Brandon Snyder.
Yeah.
Very cool, very cool. All right, we'll be back with more News 46 after this.